Guys, do you want to tackle your backlog? Are you sick of buying game after game after game on release when you know full well the game's not going anywhere? It's going to stay in that e-store. Well, your friendly country spider girl is here to help. I'm going to teach you how you can annihilate your backlog with ease. I planned this full thing strategically, so you better subscribe and also just watch the video. Hit the like. Please, I beg you. Come on. So it might seem like an obvious question, but I'm going to tell you why backlogs happen, because I've done some intricate deep diving. Basically, most of us already know the answer. Most of us get so hyped that we're like a kid that stole their mom's credit card and has just gone completely wild in the V-Bucks store. So if you are a parent, hide your purses. So yeah, basically we get hyped, then we get more hyped, and then the game becomes on sale, and it would be rude not to buy it, right? So we end up accumulating so many games. But then we forget, where are we gonna find the bloody time to play these games? We have time constraints. We're either all busy working, doing a depresso espresso, which is my speciality, binging on Netflix, watching too much hentai, or for some of you really unlucky people, you have to actually socialize outside with real life people. So because of that, it's really hard to dedicate time to gaming, leading to a big, huge backlog of games dying to be played. Variety is the spice of life, but also the cause of my big, fat, chunky, thick backlog. Fantastic. And then on top of having a really thick backlog, a lot of us have completionist mentality, which is where you have to complete every single aspect of the game. Easter eggs, you want them. Rewards, you want them. The deep depths of the story, you want them. And then we don't want to be cheaters. Like, we don't want to cheat on our games. We've got our main game and we've got our side games, and we're already cheating on our main game with our side games, which are just like FPS games or like simulation games that just go on and on and on. But we don't want to cheat on our main game, because if we do cheat on our main game with another main game, we're just going to feel really guilty that we're not putting that time into the first main game that we were meant to finish this month. Oh, I think that clears up why backlogs happen. I'm sweating thinking about it. Anyway, I am your saviour, and the reason I'm here today is I'm going to teach you how to tackle your thick, chunky backlog. You can always 7-9 me and thank me later, but right now, sit. Have some snacks and stuff, mates, and sit down and listen. Basically, I've decided that I'm going to take the strategic approach and also the mathematical approach. I actually did get an E in maths and I can't math, but we're going to try anyway. This approach is going to help me tackle my gaming backlog in 1 year. I hope. First things first, prioritize. This is where we start prioritizing our backlogs. So you need to think of 6 factors. 1, do I actually care about this game? And 2, do I want to play this game this year? 3, do I have any real interest in this exact game? 4, the length of the game. 5, the list of never-ending games that you have, such as first-person shooters, MMOs, and simulation games. Call of Duty players, Fortnite players, Valorant players, Stardew Valley players, The Sims players. I'm talking to you. I'm calling you and myself out completely here. And then you have the upcoming games that you want to play this year. Anyway, I'm going to sit down because I kind of tried to be dominant with this angle and all it did is make my hair messy. Anyway, I went through all my games collections, including physical games, digital games, games on my PlayStation, games on my Switch, games on my Steam Deck, which did the same with the games on my PC, the games on my Xbox, the games on my PlayStation 5, the games on my DS, and the games on my Game Boy Advance. And then I had to write down the games that I want to play this year, the games that include all the factors that I stated and shouted at you before. Then it was time for me to do something that I don't do very often. As I spend 80% of my life being a deluded little freak, it was time to be realistic. Honestly, this part was really hard and very frustrating. And it did take quite a long time, to be honest. Don't put 100 games if you know you have 30 minutes a day to play a game. You're gonna have to be so realistic with yourself and just think about the games that you really, really love and put them on the list. And then we have scheduling. I'm really bad at that too. Time planning isn't my strong point. So here is when you need to dedicate time for gaming. So I mean writing down in your diary every single day or every few days, gaming at certain slots. Whether you have a day off and you can spend 8 hours playing, or you literally have 30 minutes a day, or just the weekends. Having a schedule is gonna ensure that you have dedicated gaming time. So your hobbies are important, and it's important that you get some you time. So please make sure you schedule in this time. After going through all the games that I have, I was really realistic, and I realized that I had about 50 games that I really want to play. And I also included my forever games that are going to just keep on going and ongoing. And these were Call of Duty, Fae Farm, Stardew Valley, Genshin Impact, Fortnite, and I also want to kind of play Valorant and League of Legends too, and also 2K24. So I've just slipped those in there as well. I know these games are always going to have updates and always be available, and I'll just be able to play them anywhere and anyhow really. So I still want to dedicate time to those, because in those games you have to progress and level up and build your little life on those games. And then I made a list of games that I want to finish this year. And as I said, I got that down to 50. I worked out what was realistic for me, and I've given myself 4 hours a day to dedicate my time to games. And remember that I do stream on Twitch, so the gaming hours that I wrote down here, the 4 hours a day, will also be incorporated into my Twitch streams when I play games. Because as I was saying, I've managed to dedicate 4 hours a day to gaming. That's 27 hours a week, which is 108 hours a month. Which from this, I was then able to go back to my original list, which I cut down to 50, and decide, is this possible or is this not? I don't know if I'm reaching here, but I do feel like I could definitely finish 50 games with 4 hours a day. And if I'm being deluded because you guys think that I'm bad at games, just let me know. Okay, so you have how many hours a week you can game. You've put this in your diary. You've worked out how many games that you can play in the year and how many games that you want to play. Now it's time for the meat and the potatoes. I'm gonna give you, and obviously give to myself, the tips that I've accumulated to ensure that I smash this backlog out of the water. First tip would be find more time. Get up earlier or go to bed a little bit later, and stop procrastinating, and also stop people pleasing, and also be more selfish with your time. Stop people pleasing. If you don't want to go out and grab a drink, don't do it. Stay in and play games. Basically, I've made time in my week, whether that's on stream or off stream, to play games. Blocked plan and put it in my diary. The next thing is minimizing distractions. I pledge allegiance to the flag of Miyamoto, of the Joy-Con people, and Reggie, that I will not be distracted, and I'll put more time in to playing games. So you got a mobile phone, throw it in the bin, put it away, you don't need it. Fresh air, do you really want to leave that house? Really? Partner, what's that? Break up with your boyfriend, yeah, cause I'm gaming. Can't hit it in the morning, yeah, cause I'm aiming. I'm actually at the point where I don't think I can get any more cringe than I already am. So let me live. So of course I'm being extreme. You know what your distractions are. Get rid of them. Be a little bit selfish with your time and enjoy the games that you want to play. Write down your distractions and eliminate what's necessary. And if anybody's family members or partners moan, don't send them to this video. I didn't do it. Step 3, touch grass, take breaks. But not too much grass, because you've got games to play. If you've got a lunch break at work, play your game. What are they gonna do if you don't talk to Tim, Sandra, and Claire about what their kids have had for lunch and what they did in the pub last week? Arrest you? No. Play your game. Go in your car, shut your windows, and play your game. And the final bit of wisdom that I'm going to share with you, and this is for you hardcore grinders out there, is just let go of your completionist mentality. I get it, having 100% completion is really important. Those juicy Easter eggs are delicious. Those achievements, those trophies are looking lovely. But honestly, there's actually no issue with just sitting and playing the game without reaching 100% completion. Get to the end of the story and move on. Otherwise, you're going to be putting 125 hours into a game when you could just be putting in 30 and completing your backlog. So you can now use all this knowledge and wisdom and finally tackle your gaming backlog. Don't say I never give you anything. I'm also going to give you a hug, a cyber hug. Love you. I mean, what? Lovely. I don't know what happened there.